Hello everyone and welcome to the table. So happy October 2025. So we got some Halloween knives to check out this month and I'm excited for that. This is my favorite time of year and more companies are jumping on the Halloween train when it comes to pocket knives. So I'm pretty excited to see this happen. And so this one right here comes to us from Civivi. This is the Civivi Yonder. So the Yonder's not a super new model of knife. This is coming from Zach Whitmore. He's one of those knifey influencer guys on the internet. And great design. It's a design I've had my eye on, and Civivi went ahead and gave it a Halloween treatment. And so what do we have here with the Yonder? Let's do some measurements first, in case you're not familiar with the model, which honestly, before buying it, I wasn't too familiar other than knowing that it exists. So the weight of this one, it's a smaller knife, so it shouldn't be too heavy. Yeah, 2.6 ounces, so it's under that 3-ounce threshold. Very nice and small, pocket friendly. But let's measure it out too. So let's see here. So I know the blade is sub 3 inches, but let's go ahead and measure it out. So from tip to scale, I would say from tip to scale there, it's pretty much precisely 3 inches long, but our cutting edge is a little bit shy. So I think the cutting edge is more like 2.8 inches maybe. So it's a little shy of 3. So if legalities are a thing in your region, just be aware of that. Overall length though, 6 3/4 inches long. So this is definitely a nice smallish size everyday carry knife. Feels good in hand. And Civivi, again, great manufacturer they do, great quality control. So we have a crossbar lock right here and the action nice and floaty. It does run on bearings, I can tell just from the action. Again, very nice and smooth. Centering, of course, perfect because of that. Deep carry pocket clip, reversible, left or right hand side, tip up. We have a filler tab right here as well. So we get some of that black and orange popping on here. And speaking of popping, obviously you're here watching this because of this jack-o'-lantern scale. This is pretty cool. And so at least at the moment of filming this video, this knife is still available early mid-October 2025. And I love what they did here because it's of course a G10, orange G10 on black. And they went ahead and they used like a dual layer G10. So you can see it's a layer of orange on top of a layer of black. And so what that lets them do is they can still skeletonize out those steel liners in there. And I don't know if you can catch that quite on camera. But again, opening up those liners and putting some space in there helps lighten up an already pretty lightweight knife. And so the dual layer G10 just gives it that extra bit of pop, and you don't see holes through the knife. So that's always pretty cool to see. So I appreciate the fine attention to detail. But of course, the knife itself, the Yonder here, this one exactly is a 14C28N blade, which is a great mid-range everyday carry steel that's affordable. It's on a lot of knives out there that are just right in the right price range to not hurt your pocketbook, but you still get really good quality out of it. Black coated blade. This is like a spay point up here, so it has that downswept little thing on the drop point, otherwise edge. Dual thumb studs, so no flipper tab on this one. This one's just thumb stud only, but of course with this crossbar action, you can go crazy with it. So always very fidgety, very fun to play with. So great action again. That signature Civivi pivot right there. So definitely something you'll notice. And kind of a fun fact about this model, something I noticed, and just be careful if you're new to this one, is be careful if you're fidgeting with it one-handed. So I like to hold it like this, hold it, the lockdown, and let the blade swing. If you got fat hands like me, be very careful because that tip is going to bite you right there. And so I got a little bit of a bite on my hand right there. So you really want to be careful if you're actuating it one-handed. Be very aware of where this sharp tip of the knife is going to end up. And so if I'm left-handing it, I got a lot of my skin right in this general area. So you want to be careful. So these are my words of wisdom to you out there. You're welcome. But Civivi is relatively new, I would say, to the Halloween knife game. But I will tell you a company that is not. So Kizer. Kizer is knocking it out of the park this year. They're doing all kinds of crazy Halloween stuff. I couldn't afford it all. I'll be honest with you. I bought some, not too many. And so for this year, they came out with a really awesome design. So this is their Drop Bear 2 right here. So check, this is like the quintessential Halloween folding knife. So let's check it out. So the Drop Bear 2, again, already a very newish, very popular model, but look at those scales, guys. These things are wicked cool. So this is gray G10, and again, it's that same thing. It's like a dual layer black and gray G10, and they didn't just mill out these patterns. They actually went through the printing process, and we have this really awesome full moon with the bats and then the witch cut out there. So if this isn't Halloween, I couldn't tell you what is. Our blade shape on here, we have this nice little sheep's foot design. Last year's Halloween knives also said this trick or treat marking on there. So that's kind of what, at least what Kizer's doing on theirs. And we get the little witch hat lasered in right there. So the blade steel on this particular one, this is a Nitro V steel. And both of these knives coming in relatively affordable, like 60-ish, 70-ish dollars. And at least, again, as of filming this video, these were still available. I know Kizer tends to do more limited runs, so they will sell out eventually. But at least, again, early mid-October 2025, still available as of me saying this out loud, right? Subject to change. But again, a deep carry pocket clip, and that's going to be reversible for either side. So carries nice and smooth because their G10 is smooth with the pattern here, so it's not super grippy. This is definitely a knife that's making a statement for you. And even if you're on the fence about the Halloween aspect of these knives, which you shouldn't be, by the way, Kizer makes good stuff. Civivi makes good stuff. Two Chinese manufacturers that are really jumping on board just how popular Halloween as a holiday is in the United States. So I think they've realized this a couple of years ago, because I want to say last year Kizer went all in again, and this is one they produced last year. This is their regular Drop Bear model. Again, jack-o'-lantern, crazy bats everywhere. So this is last year's model. And then the year before that, they have one of their mini sheepdogs right here. And of course, jack-o'-lantern, orange G10. Kind of look familiar, guys? Right? So my prediction here is these are going to sell well for Civivi. And next year for Civivi, we're probably going to start to see more and more Halloween style knives. And as long as they're selling there, I guarantee you, they're going to continue to make these bad boys. Because I think, again, anything you can put to Halloween is going to be a really major seller, especially if they like to market it as limited edition at all. People love that stuff. I love that stuff. And I speak as a knife buyer, knife collector. You tell me something is a limited run and it's actually a really cool design, I'm pulling my money out and I'm throwing it at you as soon as I can. And so again, availability is going to be limited, but I do love that what is otherwise a foreign production company is really kind of embracing what is otherwise a very American holiday here. So for this year, again, Civivi Yonder, really nice in hand, beautiful knife. Drop Bear 2 from Kizer. They're even going all in on the packaging here, so really awesome. And I know if you buy the Kizer, I think they even threw in like a cute little bead to it. So here we go. Boom. So if you're a lanyard guy, there we go. We got our jack-o'-lantern bead to go with it. So that's pretty cool. But these guys know what they're doing. These companies know what they're doing. They're selling us really cool products, semi-limited, October 2025. Go check this stuff out. I'll drop some links in the description if I can find them for you. Have any questions or comments, let me know those below too. But I hope all of you out there have a nice day. See you later. Happy Halloween.